Welcome to the show. I know I usually don't have a Friday show, but because we have an event tomorrow and Sundays usually don't work out for Sundays are less convenient for Rachel because she has to put Alessandria to bed and she has to get ready for work on Monday. So we're doing it tonight. Usually, uh, Matt and Matt and Jeff and I usually do something, but they haven't. Uh, we all went to an event that ended at 8:30. So yes, this was the Advocates Incorporated, I guess, Winter Fair, where they had different booths with different. Yeah, they had different booths with different organizations to help people with disabilities. It was a really fun event. I'm glad I went, and so that's why we're doing the show tonight. But also, I gotta add some sad news, unfortunately. Oh, wait a minute. Before I do, Anne, did you hear about the attempted shooting in Michigan? Or do you even know what I'm talking about? The the one man tried to ram his car into the Jewish preschool. Did you, Anne, since you live in that area, uh, were you? Oh yes, huge story. Yeah, it made national news here. Yeah, yeah, that was a sad story. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. Only the shooter and I think the shooter was pronounced dead, and a security guard got injured. But yeah, pretty sad. Well, the happy part is that all of the children made it out safe, and no children were killed or injured. Yeah, so and then I hate to start the show with sad news, but then we also have the Syracuse basketball. They lost in the ACC tournament, and because of that, head coach Adrian Autry is out of the job, and they found. Okay, you work. Okay, and you work for a newspaper in the downriver suburb south of Detroit. Oh, interesting. Okay. You would have covered the story. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, the head coach is out of a job. We have a new AD, Brian B. Blair, and his name came out of nowhere. Uh, it was either going to be Heather. It was either going to be Heather Like or Nick Carparelli, and then Brian D. Blair's name came out of nowhere. But it sounds like he came from Toledo. He came from Toledo, a good, a winning football program, and he knows how to fundraise. So that should be positive news for the Syracuse athletic program moving forward. And then I think we're down to two candidates for the head coaching position. The new head coach has not been selected yet, but we have either Brian Hodgson or Jerry McNamara, who won his conference tournament. They're going to the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2010, so hopefully good things, and we can root for them in the NCAA tournament. So, uh, it's been a big news here in Syracuse with the SU news and who's going to take over as head coach. We already have a chancellor in place. Now we have a new athletic director, and so that'll be good for not just basketball, for all sports. So I'm looking forward to what's coming down the pike in terms of SU athletics in general. I think I'm looking at a bright future for SU. That's just my opinion, and I'm hoping the next head coach can turn the program around, and we can make it back to the NCAA tournament for the first time. And now it's going to be 6 years, hopefully. Yeah. So there was no show and tell segment for tonight. I didn't take any pictures, but I will say that actually, before the before the ACC tournament game, Matt and I went back to the Y and played one-on-one basketball, and I beat him again. I came back and beat him again, 5-3. Okay, we're gonna take a break. Come back. Talk some more. You're welcome to continue the conversation in the chat during the breaks, and we'll be back. Talk some more. Okay, before we go on, in case you're wondering, what are they talking about in the chat? Yesterday there was an attack at a synagogue. Yes. Okay. So yesterday there was a supposed attack at a local synagogue where one person ended up, I think, exploding his car. Was going to shoot inside, but thanks to the security, he was not able to shoot anybody inside the complex. And it happened in around Michigan. It happened, I think, I know it happened in Michigan, just west of Detroit, I think. Yeah, just north and west of Detroit. Very fortunate that nobody inside. Well, the security guard did get injured, but none of the children inside got hurt. It was very fortunate and very fortunate situation that only one person, the security guard, got hurt, and I believe the attacker is presumed dead. So, in case if you're wondering what they were, what Anne and Mom are talking about in the chat, there was an attack yesterday in the inside a Jewish synagogue. One lone wolf attempted to shoot the people inside. Luckily, only one person sustained injuries, a security guard, and none of the children inside got injured. Got killed or injured, so that's a good sign. I guess I do have a few show and tell items to share with you. So we'll begin with this. So I noticed this as I was walking back from Mavis on Monday. Let's see if you can tell let's see if you can venture a guess where this is. Anybody, just throw a guess out there what this building is or used to be. And as you can see, it's becoming a deli and grill. So anybody out there can just take a venture a guess. What did this used to be? Yes. Can anybody tell me what this building used to be, and what do you think of it being turned into a deli and grill? The old liquor, yes, that's correct. The old liquor store, yes, that's correct. And I think it's cool that it's now being turned into a deli and grill. We don't know when. I don't know when this is going to open, but I thought this was pretty cool. So that's one show and tell item. And then we can take a look at my shop at the Y. As you can see, I made it. And then this is Matt's shop. Yeah, so we were at the Y on Tuesday. Playing, yes. Okay. So that was us. Yes. 2 in a row. Thank you. Yes. Thank you for the kind words, Alex. Good looking shot. So, Not much to show you. I didn't really work this week. I didn't really travel this week. So that means not much in terms of a show and tell segment as we had last week. We're going to take another quick break. And I think it's time to play. We're almost. Well, almost. We're almost halfway through the show already. So that means when we come back, it's time for the Bump It or Dump It already. Actually, hold on. We may have time for a game, but we'll see. I think when we come back, though, it's going to be time to start the Bump It or Dump It. That is the game, and I thank you all for playing it. So we're all ready. So when we come back, we're gonna do Bump It or Dump It already. So how about that? welcome back to the show. Can you believe it's already Bumpin' or Dumpin' time? And, of course, we have four singers who celebrated a birthday either this week or last week. We're going to begin tonight with Becky G. I believe she had a birthday last week, and I offered it to you, if you remember, last week, but nobody wanted to take it. So we're gonna do it this week, and I believe she turned, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, she turned 29 on March 2nd. That would be the same day as Rachel's birthday. So Rachel, you and Becky G share a birthday. In honor of that, I'll give you the song choices. If you have any others, you can suggest something. But here we go. As soon as you see the song choices, please make your selections. Do not wake me. I'm not like 2XL, and what I mean by that is 2XL would only you can only press 2XL's buttons after he says the word now. I'm not going to do that. As soon as you see the song choices, please begin making your selections. Do not wait for me to say make your selections now to make your selections, otherwise that'll just delay things. So here we go. Okay, we have one vote or two votes. Is that just Alex's vote or is that Alex and Elizabeth's vote? Okay, looks like we're going with that, so tonight. Please stand by. This is from the Bad Boys Ride or Die soundtrack. And happy belated birthday to Becky G. Please enjoy tonight, Ride or Die. That was Tonight by the Black Eyed Peas. The Black Eyed Peas in Alpha featuring Becky G. Up next, we have, and then we're going to take a break. Up next, we had Madison Beer, who celebrated a birthday last week again, March 3rd. She is 27. I'm sorry, March 5th. March 5th, 1999. She is 27 years old, and she was born in Jericho, New York, which is located on Long Island, I believe. Yes. So here we go. Again, I'll give you the song choices. Okay, I'll give you the song choices, and if you don't like any of them, you can tell me if you think of a song that I'm missing. Please feel free to include one. But here we go. Please keep in mind that we do have one vote on the table already. Matt wants to go with Bittersweet, so please keep that in mind as the rest of you make your selections. Okay, there we go. That's the majority. Elizabeth just created the majority, and yeah, but now I'm sorry, Alex, but you have been outvoted by the majority, unfortunately. So I've got to pull it off of YouTube. So please stand by. That completes one half of the Bump It or Dump It segment. We'll be back to continue with part 2 of the Bump It or Dump It segment. Please stay with us. Do not miss a thing. And we're not going back to the music just yet because now it's time to continue with part 2 of the Bump It or Dump It segment. And this next artist goes back a few years, more than a few years. It's none other than James Taylor. Yeah, this James Taylor celebrated. James Taylor uh, celebrated a birthday yesterday. As of yesterday, let's see, 1948, 58, 68, 78, 88, 98, 08, 58, 68, 78, 88, 98, 08, 18. He would be 76. No, I'm sorry. 78. 48, 58, 68, 78, 88, 98, 08. Yeah, 18. Is she? Yeah, he would be 78 this year. Okay, yes. And here are your song choices for Mr. James Taylor. I know we got a lot on there, and keep in mind, we already have one vote on the table. Matt wants to go with You've Got a Friend. These are all good songs. I wish we could play more than one. I think, and we actually saw him in concert a couple of years ago, if I remember. Okay, that's going to be the type. That's going to be the majority. Now we got to pull it off YouTube. They're all real. They're all really good songs. And I wish we couldn't just pick one. I think this one's good too. Welcome back. Who was able to hear the song and who wasn't? And now we have some people signing off. So Elizabeth could hear. What about Anne? You could hear the song. Rachel has already signed. Okay. Rachel has already signed off. Mom has signed off. Mazel tov. Okay. Rachel signed off. Okay. Rachel signed off. So Elizabeth and I would take Alex as well. Is Alex still on, or is it just you, Elizabeth, now? So Elizabeth says she could hear, and Anne says she could hear. Okay, so I don't know what the problem. I don't know what the problem is. I really don't know. Okay, yeah. You could both hear. We're gonna play one song. How about this? We're gonna play one song that's not in the Bump It or Dump It, just to test the music. And as this next song is playing, please let me know if you can hear, you can see and hear the music. We'll come back and we'll play our final Bump It or Dump It song. I'm glad to know that everything is working now. Our final Bump It or Dump It artist is the one and only Carrie Underwood. If you don't know who she is, country singer, judge on American Idol now. Uh, Okay, so I asked Rachel what her vote was for this next one, and I'll put the song choices in the chat. So here we go. She was born back on the 10th in 1983, so that means she is 43 years old. Okay, here we go. There are your choices. Please keep in mind that Matt has voted for Blown Away and Rachel has voted for Before He Cheats. So I think we need Alex and Elizabeth to come in here and break the tie. Or Anne. We need, okay, so it looks like it's going to be before. Anne broke the tie with Before He Cheats. Let me see if I have that in the system. I should. If I don't, I've got to pull it somewhere. Here we go. Thank you for participating in tonight's Bump It or Dump It segment. It's already the end of the show, but we're going to close tonight with some honorable mentions. We're actually going to do a double dose of Carrie Underwood. We're gonna sign off with "See You Again," which I actually discovered in 2016 when I was creating my first iteration of an online radio show. This one called Hits 9.0. Anybody remember Hits 9.0? Yeah, I discovered this next song while creating that station. And then we're also going to close. Then after that, we're going to play another James Taylor. You Can Close Your Eyes if I have that in the system. Actually, we're going to do it in reverse order. We're gonna close the show with James Taylor, "You Can Close Your Eyes." I remember Mom singing that song to sleep when we were in Rochester. I didn't know it was by James Taylor. And then and then after that we're gonna play "See You Again" by Carrie Underwood. So, Mazel Tov. I'm signing off. Everyone stay forever living, and hopefully we'll see all of you back here sometime next week. We're gonna go back to a Sunday. I know it doesn't really work for Rachel, but we are gonna go back to a Sunday show due to we're going back to the Crunch game on Saturday. Good night, Alex. We're going to see the Syracuse Crunch game, Syracuse Crunch play on Saturday. And I'll be back doing something. Oh, I think we're gonna go see the Book of Mormon play on Friday. So we're going back to a Sunday show next week. Oh yes, you're welcome. Let me just pull it off of you. It's not in the system, so we got to pull it off of YouTube again. And I don't know. I'm sure Elizabeth. You remember? We went to see. We actually went to see James Taylor in concert 2 years ago. He came to the amphitheater and he closed with this song. So I figured it's appropriate show closer. I figured this is an appropriate show closer. And then after that, we're going to do "See You Again" by Carrie Underwood. Good night and have a great week.